What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast episode with the Comfort and Chaos channel. I have to apologize. I've been fighting some allergies and congestion the past couple of days, and I'm slowly getting over it. So that's a good thing. Do you guys remember those commercials? Oh, where the dude's got that big wooden horn on the grass? Man, I remember those commercials. That's crazy. I just totally went somewhere. Oh, wow, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, let's dial it back in. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and welcome to Comfort and Chaos if you're new here. All right. And especially for the Comfort and Chaos podcast episodes, just to give you a heads up, be ready. If you are not ready to embrace or participate in those uncomfortable conversations or topics, just real, raw life issues, concerns, just real shit. If you're not into that and everything needs to be fabricated and just in your own narrative, hey, I'm going to tell you straight up, this place is not for you. I'm sorry. I'm going to be real with you. This place is not for you. Best of luck. Carry on. I'm just being real with you guys. All right. I'm on one. Sorry. That's the new thing. What? DJ Khaled? DJ Khaled? Hey, I'm on one, right? No, team. So, I just want to talk to you guys today. It's crazy when you know you're right. Right? Have you guys ever had that feeling where you've gotten to some argument or you had your own analysis over a situation, a family matter, relationship matter, work matter, whatever it be. And you kind of in your head know what you wanted to say. You know what you want to say, but you don't say it. Why? Because you're a human. Or because work, you have to be professional. You have to maintain this professionalism. We all do in the workplace. You have to maintain a certain level. This is what's expected of you, so you have to maintain that. Now, granted, let me tell you something. In my opinion, the world will be so much of a better place if you can just be yourself, be real, be raw. Literally, when you suck, you should know you suck. When you succeed and you do a good job, everyone around you should tell you, if you're in the workplace and you do a good job, I'm going to be there to tell you, you did a good job. That's outstanding. Keep going. And when you suck, man, I'll tell you what, there's so many times. Woo! That could be a whole episode, guys. You guys know me. I'm in a career field where I wish I can just rip the curtain and just be real, be raw. When you're making a bad call, I just want to tell you, you're making a bad call. It's a bad decision. When individuals make a bad choice, you tell them, this is your choice. Own your shit. Literally, just own your shit. In fact, that's like the one thing that I think I might even just title that. That might be the freaking title of this episode. Own your shit. Because people nowadays, nobody wants to own their shit. You know what I'm saying? You guys tell me, if you know that you've engaged situations with people in your life who've made mistakes, family members, employees, people you work with, it's been a long day. Anyways, work buddies, work relationships, family relationships, friendships, and somebody makes a bad call. Someone makes a bad decision. And you know what the stigma is now? Like, hey, I'm going to give you an excuse. You ask them, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Why'd you make that decision? But yet you still choose to, but here's this reason. Oh, there's a reason for that. Oh, there's a reason for that. It wasn't suitable. Guys, let me tell you, if you give somebody the opportunity to make an excuse, they will give you an excuse. I can give you 1,000 excuses on why not to do something. or why a situation resulted the way it did, it's sad because it comes naturally. The excuse giving comes naturally. You know what doesn't come naturally? Hey, you're right. That's on me. I fucked up. I made a bad call. That's on me. But you know what? I'm going to learn from this. And I promise you, we're not going to have this conversation again. Oh my gosh. If you just had that in your life, how much easier would it be? How much easier would your relationships be? Would your friendships be? Those family relationships, your work environment. Imagine if people were just that raw, that real, and just own their shit. Just own it. Just own it. Imagine how much easier it would be. You wouldn't have to worry about walking on eggshells. You wouldn't have to worry about closed door conversations. You don't have to worry about what anybody else is even thinking because the environment is just tainted. Well, you know what? Just, dude, this is who I am. This is what you get. You like me or you don't. Okay? When I succeed, let me know. When I fail, let me know. But don't go having closed door conversations. You know, hey, if I'm a bad boyfriend, hey, you know what? Tell me. Because unless you tell me, I can't own up to my shit. Let's talk about it. Because you know what? We can have that conversation. If I'm a bad workmate, I'm sorry. I didn't meet the expectation on the job, but I'm going to go ahead and fix that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I mean, I feel like it should just be so much easier in life if people just own their shit. I'll tell you straight up, me being in the military, but as a senior leader, in the beginning, growing up, I struggle with this. It was so natural for me to make up excuses for everything. But when you go through experiences in life, let me tell you, when you go through real shit in life, it forges you. It molds you and forges you. When you take a sword, in order for it to be forged to the strongest of steel and to uphold the clings and the clangs of battle, that sword has to sit in fire and burn. And then it flips over and it burns some more. A steel worker has to come with a hammer on more steel and beat it, forge it, mold it, and then flip it over and beat it and forge it and mold it. And that sword is taking a beating and getting burned. But in the end, that sword ends up being the most effective weapon that leads to a battle's victory. That's how I see it. Now, I feel like nowadays nobody just really owns their shit anymore. I feel like everybody has an excuse. I hear it all the time. In fact, every day I can go up to any individual and I promise you, I would get an excuse before anything else. It's a very small set of individuals in my life who I know their answer is going to be real and raw. It's not going to be fabricated. It's not going to be an excuse. They're not going to tell me what I want to hear. Hey, what's the issue? What happened? Oh, you know what? That's my mistake. My fault. Won't happen again. I own that one and that one's on me. Okay. Hey, I respect that answer. But when you're giving me excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse, and then finally it's like, wake up. How long are you going to be complacent in where you're at? It's one of those things, team, that just frustrates the heck out of me. Maybe it's just my job in the military. You know what, though? It's even just like in life. I don't appreciate excuses. I appreciate ownership. And I think that's what we should all do. Don't appreciate an excuse. Appreciate ownership. And that also means, though, give that gratitude. No one ever gives gratitude anymore. There's a popular thing in the military. We have this thing in the military where I've seen a lot of good leaders a lot of good soldiers who did 10 years of being a stellar soldier, progressed as a good leader, everything from planning, training, execution, recovery, like all of that. They hit all the marks, met every expectation. And you did that for 10 years. And then one bad decision, one bad choice, one bad result. And it was like all of that was forgotten. There was no gratitude or any acceptance for all of that. It was, you will only be remembered for this one bad thing. Forget the 100 good things you did. We're just going to remember you for this one bad thing. I used to hate that because it was like they waited till the very end. Whenever you get your award, you know, your ETS award or your PCS award, they wait till the very end and think magically you're just going to collectively gather everything for you and we're just going to hand it to you in the end. Oh, but if you fuck up, that's what we're going to remember. It erases all of that. And I hate that. No one gives gratitude anymore. I just hate it. I'm not even going to get too much into it because it's going to take me down a whole nother episode, guys. But the one thing I make sure that even if the most minimal thing I can do is pull that service member aside, that individual, that family member, that friend, or whoever, just pull that human being aside and say, hey, that was a good call. You did a good job. I want you to know you did an outstanding job. So please keep it up because the sky's the limit. You have executed and you have met every expectation and above and some. I will be that one because I know what it's like, you know. And it just blows my mind because that's kind of like where we are in life now. No one gives gratitude anymore. No one likes to own their shit. No one gives gratitude. And then lastly, guys, remember the last episode where I told you that we live in a time now where people legit like to take on everyone's anxiety. We like to take everybody's issues and we bring them in and make them our issues. And then it creates a new anxiety and a new stress. I'm telling you guys, you thought I was lying. I know you thought I was lying. I'm about to play. I'm just going to pull up my phone. All right. I'm going to pull up my phone. I'm going to play a clip because I'm going to explain. This is an example of what I'm talking about. So check this out. The Nelk Boys are a YouTube channel. They have a podcast. They do pranks. They do a lot of stuff. The Nelk Boys is a very bro-ish kind of YouTube channel. These guys came from they started from nothing. They're like dudes from Canada, built this big old platform, did pranks. I mean, they went down the cycle and built this huge platform where they have their own merchandise. They have their own hard seltzer. They had President Trump on their podcast. They're not journalists. They're not whatever. But, dude, who cares? They're just dudes who took something and put in the work, built something, and they built a platform. They had Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, as a guest on one of their podcasts. This goes right back to what I just Tarantino'd that. You see that? We just Quentin Tarantino that. I started with the ending and we took you right back. See, this is what I'm talking about. We proved it right. People are doing this, and I'm about to show you. So they just had him on as a guest in the podcast. Everybody just went crazy, dude. It's funny because I feel like all of a sudden you're getting everybody and their mom who acts like literally they've been to the Middle East. Everybody's now a subject matter expert in the Middle East. You know, if you're going to come and talk to me, or if I'm going to engage you in a conversation and you're going to bring an opinion, well, you better bring the data. Part of that data is I'm going to ask you, where have you been? What have you done? What have you achieved? because you're going to stand and absorb all that stress, and you're about to push all that energy from that stress and anxiety that you just harnessed in you, and you're about to push that onto somebody else. Maybe other people are different, but if you're doing it to me, I'm going to be like, huh? I'm going to look around. I'm going to look how you're living, how your kids are living, what's going on. And then I'm going to ask you, have you been there? Have you experienced it? Have you seen it? Or are you just going by what's being put on your screen? Unfortunately, team, that's the world we live in. And I'm going to show you right now. All right, so check it out. So they've been getting a lot of hate. Look, I see it more from the real perspective. These guys, they're in over their heads. If you listen to the episode, they tell you in the beginning, we're not journalists. We're not subject matter experts on this. We don't even know. We just had the opportunity. We're all about the clicks and the likes. We're all about enhancing our platform. So we did it. Here's an important dude. We're bringing him on. They didn't care. That's their platform. Let them do whatever they want. You don't like it, build your platform and you can have whoever you want. But don't pass all this hate on them. Be a human being. Unless they're paying your bills, why are you worried about it? It's not your stress. It's not your anxiety. Yet there are people out there who are literally making it their anxiety. They have no ties whatsoever. I'm going to pull this up for you guys right now. I'm going to pull it up my phone. I'll show you a little. Let's see what we can do. This is from another big YouTuber by the name of Secular Talk. This guy has been on Joe Rogan before. I know I've seen him there. He's one of those dudes that, he's a grown man, but he bleaches his hair. Whatever, dude. Hey, I'm not going to freaking dude, if that makes you happy, do it. Live how you want. I'm not going to take that anxiety or that stress. Hey, whatever, dude. But listen to what this guy, listen to, he did a reaction episode to this, but I want you to listen to something he says here. All right, listen to
this man who's trying to create a greater Israel, and he's shooting the shit on the podcast with these idiots who openly admit, I don't really know it. Didn't study. I don't know the first thing about this issue. I'm just looking to have conversations about ideas, bro. Sitting there, and I think we're kind of like journalists. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a bunch of douchebags in this country in the wrong.
like I said, he's already forming. You can hear how pissed off he is, that he had to go and do a reaction on this. And I'm like, dude, if I was that dude's neighbor, I'd be like, hey, man, you want a beer? Come on over. What's up? What's going on? You look a little heated. Do you know them? Do they owe you money or something? Do they pay your bills? And does your mom, do you have family over in the Middle East? I'm just trying to find where you're connected to this, or are you just naturally making this your thing because, I don't know, it fits some kind of narrative or some opinion, some freaking ideology. But either way, we're going to go on with that. You can hear how flustered he is, but listen to this.
Bro, at least if the comments weren't brutal, I wouldn't be able to. I would be furious. But since the comments are brutal, it lets me know that their audience is paying a lot more attention than they are, right? And they have more of a moral king.
If you guys want, you can go and check him out. Secular Talk, whatever. I'm just going to tell you what stands out to me. I don't care about that. I got my own shit to worry about. You got your own shit to worry about. You got your own roof over your head. You got your own bills to pay. You got your own mouths to feed. All right? You got your own goals you're trying to achieve. You got your own shit to worry about. Then to let this be your stress and your anxiety. If you're letting that be your stress and anxiety, I'm going to tell you straight up, good luck. Good luck, because it's going to be a long, bumpy ride. What'd they say in Harry Potter? Was it Harry Potter 3? When he gets in the bus, the little Rasta mirror turns around and it's like, it's going to be a bumpy ride. All right, so hey, this guy literally is taking you heard him, his desire, and it's sad because this is the society we live in now. Everything is so based off this right here. And it's put in your face. You just, oh, I got to take that and grab it, put it here, take that, grab it, put it here, take that, grab it, put it here. And you're just like, wait a minute, how much of that even matters to you? Like, how much of that affects what you got going on in your life? How much that affects your kids? How much that affects your relationship? Your daily livelihood? If you had to put it on a ratio, I bet you it's probably this much doesn't, and maybe this little bit does. Because it's all going to change. It's all temporary. But this guy, you heard it straight from his words. He said, I literally am going to thank God that everybody hated in the comments. That means thank God for hate that I can literally sleep tonight. So if you paraphrase what he said, that's literally the message. Thank God for hate because I am able to sleep tonight. So you mean to tell me that if somebody does a podcast with a guest that you don't like, you're going to lose sleep? If I don't even know this dude, that means if you got a family in your house, you got kids, you got a wife, it means you're going to be in a bad mood in front of your kids, in front of your wife. Your night is going to be ruined, not because a bad day at work, not because you almost got an fender bender on your way home, not because they ran out of your favorite wine at your favorite winery, or they ran out of Zins at your local gas station. Those are some real issues to be pissed about. But no, none of that. That means when you get home and you're in a bad mood and your kid's wanting to play, little Johnny wants you to go outside, throw the football. You're like, no, I'm too upset, son. The wife's trying to get a little lovey-dovey. You're just, I'm not in the mood. I'm in a bad mood. Okay. And when your family asks you why, you're going to tell them because I saw a podcast and they had a bad guest. You saw a podcast and they had a bad guest. Dude, what are we going to do, team? Guys, just don't be like that, all right? The shit doesn't matter. I cannot harp on you enough. The shit really doesn't matter. So don't get so in tune with this chaos. You will find comfort in it, I promise you. But you just got to know how to make the right choices. And you got to filter out all the bullshit. That's literally it. We got to filter out the bullshit. And you know what? Those individuals who actually own their shit, those are the ones you want to keep in your life. Those are the ones you want to hang ties to, keep a network with. Individuals who give you excuses, good luck. And if you yourself are catching yourself out there and you're making up excuses, it's not going to be easy. Sometimes I'll get home and I'll be so burnt and just drained from work, mentally and physically. And I know, hey, I have a workout plan. I got to stay on a regiment. I got to go for this 2-mile run. I got to knock this out. I got to log in my miles or whatever it is. I got to come and record or whatever, and I can say, oh, you know what though? I can do it tomorrow. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take a little extra rest. I didn't sleep well last night. I can literally dwell on every excuse. But no, I refuse to. I'm going to own my shit. I'm going to own my shit and be like, hey, you know what? All right. Yeah, I'm a little tired, but you know what? I got to stay focused. I got to stay on my grind because it's the only way I'm going to meet my goals. Own your shit, team. Let's own our shit. Let's own our roles. Please, guys, let's not seek hatred. Now, I hope any of you guys who are watching this, I hope none of you ever say the words, thank God I can sleep tonight because of this hateful response. I hope none of you guys ever say that. Seriously. That's not even, I wouldn't even call that a humanitarian response. Thank God I could sleep tonight because of this hateful response. Oh, it just frustrates me, guys. Sometimes I get frustrated and I'm just like, man, when is Elon Musk going to look for volunteers to go to Mars? Because at this point, guys, I'm ready to put my name in the hat. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to intrude in your evening or anything like that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you being present. Please, though, guys, if you have thoughts, you have concerns, you know, you have some responses, or hey, you know what, you just want to tell me I'm full of shit, please comment down below. I'm curious to know your thoughts. I'm curious to know your concerns and blah, 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 blah. All right. So I really do appreciate you guys. There's going to be a lot more to come. Your boy's on one. So we're just going to rock and roll. We're just going to do it live, team. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Let's continue finding comfort in our chaos. So, all right, let's do it. What do you guys say? Also, challenge yourself mentally and physically. Take your vitamins, do your push-ups, drink your water. And you know what? I'll see you on the next episode. All right. Hey, don't forget, check it out. Hey, new Chaos Polo is live. All right. Go get yourself that polo. Get yourself that Trusted Verify hat. All right, team. I'll be rocking on the next episode. I promise. It's already been a tough day for me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good night. Be blessed, team.